Shalom Yisrael. Zelda Mori Kwana bén-Yehûdäh bén-Yísrä'él. Speaking the truth. Outside right now, got the mask on, not because there's anybody in the vicinity that I'm protecting myself from virus-wise. Just because now that it's cold outside, it's actually comfortable to wear the mask. It warms up the air going into my nose and into my lungs. It's a cold day out today. But nevertheless, I just wanted to remind you, don't fear these people when it comes to wearing your mask. Because a lot of you are not wearing a mask on your face because you submit to peer pressure. You see the other people walking around with no mask, so you figure you look silly wearing a mask. But I will remind you that that's how you feel about wearing your fringes too. You don't wear them because you don't want the other people to look at you as being an odd man out or odd woman out. Or you just wear it for, an occasion. I want to acknowledge to you that it is hard to be different from other people. And sometimes we fail to speak on these regular everyday lessons. We're so busy trying to examine the scriptures. But the condition of man is one in which we even have to teach the children. You do what your parents say. You don't do what everyone else is doing. And there's a reason for that. You understand? Because we want to be responsible for the result that you get when you, go out into the world, go to their little schools or whatever. Don't get into what they're getting into because you from my household. You understand? But as an adult, you have to do that to yourself. Okay? What we're talking about here is these masks are not guaranteed to keep you safe from anything. Okay? That's not how we live. We live by exercising wisdom, and that's the Most High to prosper our way in these things. You understand? There's 3,000 people a day now dying from this thing. Ever since the people decided to run around in the summertime, hit the beaches, and do all these different things, the death rate has been going up. They decided to take their kids trick-or-treating. The death rate went up. Or they decided to go out there for Thanksgiving. The death rate went up. So the things that you see happening today, people that are dying been in the hospital for 2, 3, 4, 5 months. They got struck at the time they were told not to do what they were doing. And now you see they're paying for that. You can't reverse it. Okay? Whether it was the wearing of a mask, or not properly washing their hands, or not properly disinfecting the things that they're bringing into their home from the store, or whatever the case may be. They're dying. Period. So when you get out here and you don't want to wear your mask because of petty reasons, all right, what's worth your life? This gift that the Most High has given to you. You worried about the other man. Hey, he's controlling my life. Listen. I pray that this post-apocalyptic look is the new norm. I'm ready for this place to fall down. All our nations are in their glory. They've been in their glory all my life. I'm sick of it. All the lives that I read of my ancestors, I'm sick of it. Okay? Let their apocalyptic nightmares replace their American dream. And we got to survive that. Because we know what we're going to get afterwards. Okay, a lot of you don't have any faith. That's what your problem is. You say it's faithless to wear a mask. I say it's faithless not to expect the fall of your enemies like the Most High prophesied. Okay, what they did brought about this mask. And it's hitting them all over the world. That's how you know it ain't a plague for Israel. The whole world didn't get hit when Egypt got hit. You understand? Egypt got hit. Why? Because the Most High brought about that targeted plague against exactly who he wanted to take down. When you see this thing running rampant like this, that ain't from the Most High. There's no glory in it for him. That it's running around taking down everybody. That's what they did to try to take you down. You understand? They're still trying to take you down. You think the trick is them telling you that we're more vulnerable. The trick was in them being able to come up with something that we're more vulnerable to. They've been doing this for all my life. At first, when a disease breaks, it kills them. Oh, they're getting cancer at a phenomenal rate. They're getting Alzheimer's. They're getting, what's the other one? For the ice bucket challenge and all these different things that they were dealing with. But what happens? Once that thing comes up, they start experimenting on us to come up with cures. And then the next thing you know, all of those things are killing us, but not them. Because the cures that they try to come up with are cures to make sure that their civilization doesn't die. And you know what? They can take it down, or this is a conspiracy, you say. It's been going on for as long as the Negro's been here. They experiment on us to see what the cure is for them, but at the same time, to see what these devices do against us. Now all of a sudden we got more high blood pressure than everyone else. The master was eating off the same hog that we was back. He gave us the lower parts of it, but why does he have high cholesterol? How that was it? Accident that we die of the foods that they make? No, they're adding things to the foods that they make, to the medicines that they make, all these different things to take care of the cattle, to cull the herd. It's been that way. You worried about a damn vaccine? They've been hitting you up with this crap every day in your processed foods and everything. You want to survive? Then you do what you have to do. Don't worry about embarrassment. This is a good humbling lesson for Yisrael. You should have been too embarrassed to go into those restaurants that you've been eating in. You should have been too embarrassed to be dancing around scantily clad in those clubs you were dancing around in. All of this is going away. Hallelujah. Let it go away. And you're losing your minds because you don't have those things. That's what's really happening to you. Well, you can run around and pretend not to be the little devils that you are, and pretend not to be in captivity when you had all your businesses, when you had all your restaurants, when you had all these different things. Now all you got is those demonic thoughts in your mind, and you can't handle them. You're trying to blow them out of your skulls with music in your headphones. You're doing everything that you can not to have to deal with who you really are and what condition you're really in and where you really are. Well, I pray the Most High keep the pressure up. Well, not to take our lives. You understand? Not really to take the lives of any, because that's not why the Most High comes down on people. He comes down on people for you to change your lives. And your heart is so stony that our people are dying by the thousands, and you still trying to pretend it's a damn hoax. You still trying not to wear your mask, even though the very thing that will kill your grandmother could come through you and not even harm you. You don't care. You understand? It can harm our children. Why do you think they're telling you, oh, this doesn't harm children? Did they tell you 3 months ago that they had a potential of 3,000 people a day that was going to die because they knew the number of people they had on ventilators already? They didn't tell you. They told you everything was getting better. How you go to 3,000 people dying a day when 2 months ago they were saying everything is getting better? Hey, if you want to keep these numbers down, don't go to Halloween. Don't go to Thanksgiving. But obviously these people were already sick. So the people just made it worse. I had another video more extensive about how I don't give a damn about your restaurant businesses, you thinking that you're out of captivity now because you're an entrepreneur. Let all of these different things fall unless you're going to admit before the Most High that this nation is under the curses. Every last one of you that's saying that we're not, that's why these things are happening. To show you that we are. And that the Most High will burn the whole damn planet down to punish our behinds if we don't repent. What do you think 7 times more means? Why do you think the earth was without form and void when the book opens up? The Most High will burn everything down and put it back together without you. All right? Put your damn mask on. Make sure your mask is clean. Don't wear it day in and day out. Make sure it's clean. Get the right kind of mask. Put no damn stupid bandanas on your face. Break down and buy a mask. Buy one that can fit filters in it. You see this thing right here that they're telling you, oh, this has holes in it. This is plugged. This is plugged. In order to get this to have air coming through it, you have to take the thing all the way off, spin it, and put it back on. The way it comes, there's no air moving through this. It's sealed. I even broke the thing down and examined it, took it apart when I was washing it, because you're supposed to wash it. And then this brand comes with a pocket inside. You understand? Because there's an additional charcoal filter that you buy that goes inside of this. All right, that little thing that they conjure you into wearing with the little pleats in it that you can get out of any drugstore, that was a con to keep you away from the ones that were in short supply that work. But now that you can get some, you need to get them and use them the right way. Okay, because we can't have this conversation after you're dead. It's as simple and plain as that. Okay, death is coming to this earth in a whole bunch of different ways. This is the one they have to tell you about because it's shutting down their businesses and their supply lines. But there's all kinds of plagues going all over this earth right now, man. Don't you see how the Sodomite is rising up? Like in Sodom and Gomorrah? The wicked is already in your congregations, man. You know it. That's why you don't want to go to any of them. Because he's already there. What do you think happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? Why do you think the people were being able to be taken out like that? Because they were running from place to place because they didn't want to go to these places where the wicked was, when that's exactly what the Most High commanded us to do, to go up against the wicked and shut them down. We don't want to do that. We rather avoid it. Ain't my problem. I just get away from it. My brother ain't my problem. I just get away from it. I come online where I don't really have to deal with them. They don't agree with me? Screw them. This problem is going to make it to your door. The Most High didn't change. He see you moving like that, he's going to do the same thing that he was doing to our ancestors in the past. Nothing new under the sun. You know what pleases the Most High. There's people coming